two, one.
All right, all right, all right. Shalom, Israel. Welcome to another Bible Basics. I'll be your teacher tonight, KANASH Yasharahla, and to my left,
Allah Kabar.
Allah Kabar. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, tonight's topic is called Real Love, Brotherhood, Sisterhood, and Marriage. So what is real love when it comes to brotherhood, sisterhood, and marriage according to the Bible? This should be a good lesson here at True Nation. We like to work on character, right? We're big on character. So we want to get into the scriptures, and we want to make sure those who are in the truth, who's been in for some time, know how to deal with their brother, with their sister, and with their spouse. And then also we're teaching those who are coming into the truth to do the same, and to fear the Most High in serving their brothers, their sisters, and their spouse. So let's get John chapter 15 and verse 12. So this right here is going to be our foundation. John chapter 15 and verse 12. Let's read
The
that.
book of John, chapter 15, verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another, as I have loved you.
Right? So Yahweh Shai said, this is a command that we love one another. And he said, as I love you, right? Because how did Christ love us?
Man, by straight following the Father. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? He everything the Father laid down, that's how he loved us. You know, the Most High Christ, he kept the commandments.
Absolutely.
You know? So, yeah.
So not even that, not even just that, but Christ laid his life down for us, right?
That's right.
And even before he laid his life down for us, he gave us the opportunity to come back to his fold, right?
That's
to
right.
keep in the commandments, right? To learn how to deal brotherly and sisterly and deal with our spouses, right? Yahweh Shai did a major work in getting the children of Israel to get right. So read verse 13.
Verse 13. Greater love hath no man than this,
Right?
that a man laid down his life for his friends.
You see? So that's what I'm talking about. What did Christ do? He called us his friend, right? Christ he literally called us his friend, right? And he laid down his life for us, right? So what should we do if we're acting or if we're being Christ-like? What should we do? We should lay down our life for our friends. When it comes to our brothers, when it comes to our sisters, and when it comes to our spouse who's actually 10 toes down in this truth, keeping these commandments, walking the walk, enduring into the end, we should lay down our life for them, right? The first form of love is correction, right? So that's what I'm saying. When Christ came on the scene, what was he doing? He was bringing the doctrine back into order. He was correcting. He was giving instruction, right? He was giving our people a way out, right? Because in the law of Moses, there was no way out. If you sinned against your brother, you was put to death. If there was sin that you've committed, you was done. So Christ showed us that example of being brotherly and showing us how to come back and how to deal with one another, right? And essentially, when you correct your brother and your sister, you're saving them from hellfire, right?
That's right.
You're saving them from hellfire. You're literally picking them up out of that lake, which they was dwelling in once upon a time, and you're saying, look, dust yourself off, and let's keep it moving. Let's not go back into those old ways. Let's not go back into those wicked paths that we were walking in, right? Let's get Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17. Right, so this is real love according to the Bible. A lot of people, they see love as butterflies and a googly feeling and, ooh, I like this. My body is tingling. I like this person. This is love, right?
Yeah.
But what people don't realize is that when you correct them, you actually love them.
That's right.
Right? Because you're saving their soul. If you don't correct your kids, you don't love them. Right? If your brother is doing something contrary to the law and you don't correct them, you don't love them. Right? So real love. We're talking about real love according to the Bible. Right? Let's read that.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Read.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Right? He said you should rebuke your neighbor. Right? You should correct your neighbor. If he's going off and he's going astray, you should be the first one to correct him. What do the scriptures say? If you see somebody going off into idolatry, right? And you see him, the Most High said you're supposed to be the first one to correct him. Right. And if you don't, you're guilty. Right? Yeah. Read.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
You see? So he said you're supposed to rebuke your neighbor. A lot of people in the Christian church don't judge. Israel's doing it now. People in the truth. Why are you judging? Oh, that was harsh. Why you put that brother out there like that? It's called, the scripture is called correction.
That's right.
Read that from the top.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Right? Thou shalt not hate thy brother in there. If you don't correct your brother, you hate your brother in your heart. And that's what we have. We have a lot of Israelites who outwardly say, I love my brother. Oh, shalom, Ak. What's up, Ak? I love you, Ak. But what are they allowing their brothers to do? To sin. They're suffering sin upon their brothers because they're not correcting them. Right? And they don't see it. Right? Why? A lot of people don't want to correct other brothers or other sisters. Right? Because they probably got some sin in the background. Right?
Right.
Absolutely. That's real.
Yeah, a lot of people, they don't want to correct them because they got some sin in the background that they're doing. They'll be a hypocrite.
Yep.
Or they just want that person to continue to feel good. They want to have that feel good emotional thing going on.
Absolutely.
Nah, man, we got to correct each other because if you go to hell, like what? Like Lazarus and the rich man. You know, it was a situation where, hey, the rich man, he was living it up. And Lazarus, he was poor, and when the rich man died and the poor man ended up dying, the rich man was like, oh, go tell my people don't come here. I'm in hell, I'm burning, and it's all bad.
Yep.
Tell them to keep the commandments, But he said, tell them, you're gonna end up in hell.
You're gonna end up where I'm at.
Yeah,
yep.
You know what I'm saying? But like the script, like the brother said, like Abraham said, he said, hey, if they didn't hear Moses, they ain't gonna hear us, even though we coming back from the dead.
Yep.
So yeah, man, like we saving lives by telling you to do right, to keep these commandments, get yourself together. Even though a brother or sister may not want to hear it, you gotta tell them that, because or else that sin is gonna be upon you.
Yep. A lot of our people don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear correction. When you've been living your whole life living a lie,
right?
Nobody wants to hear the truth. Nobody wants to hear true correction. Nobody wants to hear true love. Yeah. The truth hurts. Yeah. And sometimes the truth is, all the time the truth is love. But it's going to hurt.
That's right.
It's going to hurt. Finish reading that.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
Man, the scriptures say rebuke thy neighbor. Right? Give me Isaiah. You're going to hold that? Give me Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. The scriptures commands us to do this to our people, right? We can't go off our emotions. We can't go off of how we feel. The Bible said correction is correction. And then if you correct your brother, you done saved him from hellfire, right?
That's right.
Read.
Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud.
The scriptures say, cry aloud. Read.
Spare not.
Spare not. Read.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
The scriptures say, let it be heard loud and clear. Right? Let it be noised abroad. Right? Read.
And show my people their transgression.
Show my people their transgression. That's love. That's love. The people who got it, got it. The prophets who knew. Most High, I understand. I understand why you're sending me to these people. I understand. And I understand that they're not going to listen because they're going to think that it's hate. Oh, y'all brothers on the corner, y'all just spewing hate.
Right.
Y'all just spewing hate. But all they see is brothers on the loud mic. And we like, no, come over here. Let's talk. Let's break bread. Right. Let me show you what you are doing according to the Bible, right? That'll save your soul. Let me show you what you can do. Let me show you what you're doing is not according to the Bible, right? Read. Go back to Leviticus. Yeah.
Leviticus, yeah.
So we're literally commanded to show our people what they are doing wrong. That's real love. Read.
Verse 17.
Yeah.
Verse 17. Leviticus 19 and 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Read. So what's the opposite of hate?
Love.
Love, right? So he's saying that if you love your brother, you're going to correct him. You're going to rebuke him.
That's right.
Read.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
In any wise, you're supposed to rebuke your neighbor. You're supposed to tell them where they're going off. Let's go back to John and read verse 13. So Christ was a perfect example of showing us that brotherly love. John 15 and verse 13.
The book of John, chapter 15 and verse 13. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friend.
Right. So a lot of people just talk, right? A lot of people just talk. But Christ, he didn't just talk. He was about to walk. He walked it. He did what he's supposed to do. He said, greater love have no man, that he lay down his life for his brother. So what should we do? Right? We should share the same sentiments that Christ felt. Laying down your life, taking your shirt off your back and giving it to your brother, feeding the poor, right? Relieving the widows, right? Raising up the children to be righteous. Our babies that we got in here, we're teaching them to be brotherly towards each other, right? We're not going to allow them to bully each other. We're not going to allow them to call each other names, right? We're going to teach the sisters as well. This is your sister. You're supposed to walk together, do the works together. Like we always say, if you're doing the works together, that's going to bring your bond even closer, right? Get Proverbs. No, keep reading. We're going to finish off in John.
John 15 and verse 13. 15 and 14. Ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command you.
You see, not everybody is your real friend. Not everybody is your real friend. Christ said, ye are my friends, right? If ye do whatsoever I command you.
That's right. Say if.
So everybody is not a friend of Christ. You have to do everything that he's commanding you to do. So if we're doing God, the Most High's commandments, and we're following Christ, how we supposed to, we're his friend. And then if we're all doing it together, we're friends. And that's real love, right? Let's get Proverbs chapter 27 in verse 5.
The book of Proverbs chapter 27 and verse 5. Open rebuke is better than secret love.
You see that? Read that again.
Open rebuke is better than secret love.
Nah, brother. You see, that was wrong. You shouldn't have put that brother out there like that. You shouldn't have put that sister out there like that. Right? Read it again.
Open rebuke is better than secret love.
Open rebuke is better than secret love. When you rebuke somebody openly, you're showing them that you love them. Right? Somebody loving you in secret. Who wants to be loved in secret? Right? I don't.
Yeah,
show it to the world. Right?
Keep it real with me.
Keep it real. But you see, a lot of people, they just deal on their emotions, and they're not ready for the truth. You got brothers out here committing sin and extorting brothers and doing brothers wrong. You got sisters out here sleeping with multiple brothers in multiple congregations, and nobody wants to put the names out. All you see is blanket statements. Oh, well, I know this sister. Da, da, da. Well, if you know something, say something.
Right.
You don't love your people. You don't love your nation, because the Most High said, if you see somebody doing something that's contrary to this word, and you don't put it out, blood is on your hands.
Yep.
You causing your people to sin.
Yep.
Right?
There it is.
Finish up. That was verse 5?
Yeah.
Read verse 6.
Verse 6. Faithful are the wounds of friends.
Right? Faithful are the wounds of friends. Read.
But the kisses of an enemy are deceitful.
You see? I'd rather have my friends wound me. Tell me what's wrong. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me what I need to correct. Show me how to be better in my walk. Right? Don't just kiss me on my cheek. Everything's going to be okay. That's what the Christian church do to you. They give you a song, a feel-good message, knowing dang well that you done sinned the night before, and take your money. Right? Read that again.
Proverbs 27 and verse 6. Faithful are the wounds of a friend.
Faithful are the wounds of a friend. Read.
But the kisses of an enemy are deceitful.
The kisses of an enemy are deceitful, because what do? Your enemy will kiss you, stab you in your back. Right? Oh, no, it's good, bro. We good. Don't worry about it. You bring up issues. You be like, look, what's up? Brothers have round tables. What's up, Ak? What's going on? Talk to me. Bring it out. What do you have against me? Oh, no, it's cool, bro. Ain't nothing going on. Oh, no, sis, it's all good. Shalom. What's going on? But then the next day, the next hour, you talking behind that brother back. You talking behind that sister back.
Man.
Right? That's you in the scriptures. Right? Read.
Verse 7?
Yes.
Verse 7. The full soul loatheth and honeycomb, but to the hungry soul every bitter thing is sweet.
Right. Let's go to Sirach chapter 24. Right. So we need to learn how to deal in love. So love is when you let wisdom, right? Love is when you let wisdom guide you in all your dealings, right? If you let wisdom go before you, you can't go wrong. A lot of our people don't like to use wisdom, right? We go off our feelings, but read.
24, Sirach 24.
Sirach chapter 24, and let's read verse 20.
Okay. The book of Sirach, chapter 24, and verse 20. For my memorial is sweeter than honey, and mine inheritance than the honeycomb. Verse 21.
Yeah, read verse 21.
They that eat me shall yet be hungry, and they that drink me shall yet be thirsty.
Right? So this is talking about wisdom, right? Whoever comes and get wisdom, you're going to be filled with all these things. Read.
Verse 22, he that obeyeth me shall never be confounded.
Right? So if you obey wisdom, you're never going to be confounded. You're going to always know what to do. Your path is always going to be laid out before you in all your dealings. Read.
And they that work by me shall not be amiss.
Shall not do amiss. Right? Read.
All these things are the books of the covenant of the Most High God.
So the wisdom is the book of the covenant of the Most High God. Right? Read.
Even the law which Moses commanded for an heritage unto the congregation of Jacob.
Right? So the Most High commanded the Most High gave this to the heritage of Jacob. Right? So wisdom is literally the law. And the law shows us what? The law shows us how to deal with our neighbor civilly, right? We know how to deal with our neighbors morally, right? The Most High laid it out, and he gave us the law on how to show each other where do we go, how do we move as a people, right? Let's get Sirach 24 and let's read verse 8. Keep going. Yeah.
The book of Sirach, chapter 24 and verse 8. So the creator of all things gave me a commandment, and he that made me caused my tabernacle to rest.
Right. Read.
And said, let thy dwelling be in Jacob.
So the Most High gave wisdom to dwell in Jacob. So what do Israel? Israel is supposed to always deal in wisdom. When you come into the truth, that's what you're supposed to see. Once you keep these commandments, the Most High will give you wisdom. He will show you how to keep the commandments. He will show you which way to go. Right? Read.
Verse 9. He created me from the beginning, before the world, and I shall never fail.
Right? So he created wisdom from the beginning of the world. Read.
Verse 10, in the holy tabernacle I served before him, and so was I established in Zion.
Read.
Likewise, in the beloved city he gave me rest.
Right.
And in Jerusalem was my power.
Right. So in the city he gave wisdom rest. And in Jerusalem was wisdom's power. Right? Why did our nation flourish? Right? Because wisdom was in the midst of our city. Wisdom was in the midst of Jerusalem, right? Judgment was in the midst of Jerusalem. Real love was in the midst of Jerusalem, right? Read.
All right, verse 12. And I took root in an honorable people.
He said, I took root in an honorable people, right? Why are we not honorable today? Right? Our people are missing the law. We're not honorable because we don't have no foundation in the law. Even in this truth, a lot of our people are not honorable. They're honors to wrong people. They show honor to sinners, to wicked vipers. That's who they show honor to. And then the men who are trying to show our people how to be right brotherly, sisterly, how to be right to your spouse, how to deal with character, that's looked upon as, that's nothing. Everybody is about debate. Everybody is about contention. Everybody want to be right. Right? Read.
And I took root in the honorable people.
He said, I took root in the honorable people. That root is not there no more. We're trying to come back and get wisdom rooted back inside of us. Read.
Even in the portion of the Lord's inheritance.
He said, we are his portion. And this is where it's supposed to be. Read.
Verse 13. I was exalted like a cedar in Lebanon, and as a cypress tree upon the mountains of Hermon.
So wisdom was exceedingly large like these trees, dwelling in the midst of us, showing us how to deal with each other. Read.
I was exalted like a palm tree in Engadi, and as a rose.
Drop down to read verse 18.
Verse 18. I am the mother of a fair love, and fear and knowledge and holy hope.
Right.
I therefore, being eternal, am given to all my children which are named of him.
Right. So we should be dwelling in wisdom. Read. Give verse 19.
Come unto me, all ye that desire me, and fill yourselves with my fruits.
Read that again, verse 19.
Come unto me.
Come unto me.
All ye that be desirous of me.
So who's desirous of wisdom? Right? All our people just want knowledge. But who wants wisdom? Who wants wisdom? Who wants to give it a rest? Give it a rest. Sit down, fast, pray, and ask the Most High how to get wisdom and how to apply the knowledge and apply the wisdom. All our people just want knowledge. Let me get this understanding so I could go cut this nigga up. Right. I'm about to cut you up, nigga. It's going down tonight, nigga. What's up? Man. It's a drug. It is. But our drug should be wisdom, right?
That's right.
Read.
Come unto me, all ye that be desirous of me.
Right? So it's only those who are desirous of wisdom. Read.
And fill yourselves with my fruit.
And it says, wisdom say, fill yourselves with my fruits. What are the fruits of wisdom? Right? Let's get Galatians chapter 5 and verse 22. So we got to understand that when you deal with wisdom, it comes with a lot. And it shouldn't be grievous. If we say that we in the truth, if we say that we in the faith, then we should do as the scriptures say, right? So it says, and fill yourselves with my fruits. What are the fruits? Let's read it.
Galatians chapter 5 and verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit.
But the fruit of the Spirit is what?
Is love.
Is love. Real love. Right? Not that googly feeling, right? Read.
Joy.
Having camaraderie with one another, coming together, having joyous feasts.
That's right.
You know, celebrating the feast of Passover, first fruits, Simon, right? Trumpets, right? Pentecost. We celebrating all these feasts and we're coming together in joy. This is how we find joy with one another, right? Read.
Peace.
There should be peace amongst our people, right? But there's a time and a place for everything, right? That's right. But we should have peace amongst each other, right? It shouldn't always be about debate and contention, right? And I'm going after this nigga head. I'm going after her head. You know, people being jealous of one another. No, we're supposed to have peace. If we're keeping these commandments the way the scriptures say keep the commandments, we have peace. Right? Read.
Long-suffering.
We're supposed to be long-suffering with one another. If there's a brother that's struggling and he's not getting it, you have to be long-suffering with that brother. If it's a sister who's not getting it, sisters towards one another, you guys have to be long-suffering towards one another. Right? You have to bring the sister in, show her the way, show her how to deal, show her how to go about, show her how to serve, show her how to work, show her how to be submissive, right? The brothers, bring them in, show them how to work, show them how to serve the Lord, show them what Christ would want of them, right? Read.
Gentleness.
We have to be gentle towards one another. It don't have to always be about the rah-rah, right?
Goodness.
Read.
Faith.
Read.
Meekness.
But that faith, right? We gotta be in the faith. We can't say we in the truth, right? We got to be about the faith. Read.
Meekness.
Meekness. A lot of brothers ain't meek. A lot of brothers be quick to pop off. Yep. A lot of sisters be quick to pop off, right? Not being meek. Not being humble, right? Read.
Temperance.
Temperance. How many brothers are practicing temperance? How to control your temper. Israel ready to blow a top off. Even in this truth. As soon as somebody say something wrong online, you ready to go at their neck. Right? Read.
Against such there is no law.
So against such there is no law. So this is wisdom. These are the fruits of wisdom. Right? Let's go back to Sirach. And let's read verse 20. Sirach chapter 24 and verse 20. I'm sorry about that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 24 and verse 20. For my memorial is sweeter than honey.
Wisdom's memorial is sweeter than honey. You're going to enjoy it. Right? Read.
And mine inheritance than the honeycomb.
Then the honeycomb. Man. Full of honey, sweet. Yeah, right? Read.
They that eat me shall yet be hungry.
Man, you eat wisdom, you ain't going to be hungry. Right? Read.
And they that drink me shall yet be thirsty.
Because with wisdom, you know how to move in this world. You know how to go about in the spirit and in the flesh. You know how to deal with people. You know how to go. A lot of people don't use wisdom. They want to go off on somebody real quick. Right. Burning bridges. That's what our people love to do. They love to burn bridges.
Man, they be having all that knowledge, but don't have no wisdom because they didn't even look into it.
Right.
You know.
You burning with bridges. You burning bridges with brothers that could have potentially helped you in the future.
That goes back to that temperance.
Yep. About to blow a top off.
Man.
Right? But that's why the scriptures say, be long suffering. Mm-hmm. Control your temper. Right?
That's how you keep your wife.
Exactly.
That's how you keep your husband. You know, the temperance. Temperance.
Absolutely. Being temperate towards one another. Being long suffering. Right? If my wife doesn't know what to do in this area, here, babe, let me show you. I'm going to teach you. Let me show you how it's supposed to be done. Yes, my Lord. Show me so I could be better. Right? Read. Verse 22. Verse 22.
Verse 22. He that obeyeth me shall never be confounded.
Right? If you obey wisdom, you're never going to be confounded. Read.
And they that work by me shall not do amiss.
Verse 23.
All these things are the book of the covenant.
Right?
So of the Most High.
So wisdom is the book, the covenant of the Most High. Read.
Even the law which Moses commanded for an heritage unto the congregations of Israel. Of Jacob.
Of Jacob. Read. All right, so go to Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 1. So wisdom will show you how to deal with your people. Wisdom will show you real love. Wisdom will show you how to gain the love of the congregation. Right? Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 1.
The book of Hebrews 13 and 1. Let brotherly love continue.
Let brotherly love continue. Right? Read.
Be not forgetful. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers.
Right.
For thereby some have entertained angels unawares.
Right. So you dealing with your brother, right? Just know that the Most High is watching. If you're not dealing with your brother righteously, just know that the Most High is looking, right? Get Psalms 133 and 1. So let brotherly love continue. One thing at True Nation, what we do is We always let brotherly love continue. We have an open door policy.
That's right.
Open door policy. If you have a problem with your brother, you go to him and you tell him. We're not keeping nothing a secret. We're gonna bring it to the circle, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna bring it out, and we're gonna make sure that brotherly love continue, and not let that fire go out.
That's right.
Right? Because it could be fixed. We've been through a whole lot of stuff in the world, a whole lot of drama and everything else, and we're quick to forgive those who do us wrong. Right? How much more your brother? You gonna forgive your brother? Right? Psalms 133 and verse 1.
Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together,
right,
in unity.
In unity, brethren and sisterin. How good is it for us to dwell in unity? Right? Read.
It is like precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirt of his garment.
Right.
Verse 3, as dew of Hermon, and as dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessings, even life forevermore.
Come on. Get Sirach chapter 25 and verse 18. So let us continue in brotherly love. 25. What did I say?
The book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 18. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors.
That's not. Hold on, wait 1 second. Verse 1, I'm sorry.
Okay. The book of Sirach, 25 and 1. In 3 things I was beautified.
Right? The Most High said, in 3 things I was beautified. This made me happy. Right? I was glowing in this. Read.
And stood up beautiful, both before God and man.
Before God and man. Read.
The unity of brethren.
The unity of brethren. Guess what? When we're united and we're walking as a unit, the world can't stop us. There's nothing that we can't do. The sky is the limit. Right? Read.
The unity of brethren, the love of neighbors.
The love of neighbors. Loving your brother as you love yourself. Loving your sister as you love yourself. Read.
A man and a wife that agree together.
A man and a wife that agree together. Brotherhood, sisterhood, right, and marriage. Right? Because if we agree together as husband and wife, we can conquer this world. We can show the next generation, look, that is how it's supposed to be done. This is real love. I see that he corrects his wife. I see that he teaches his wife, right? I see that she's submissive and she's obedient, right? And that she's doing everything she can to please her husband. I see that she's doing everything she can to show her sisters the way. To grab her sister by the hand and say, look, sis, this is what it is. Let me show you. Not having this spirit. Get Sirach chapter 26 and verse 6.
The book of Sirach chapter 26 and verse 6.
The scriptures say this. Read.
But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman.
Right? So it says that's a grief of heart. Sisters being jealous towards one another. For various reasons, right? Read.
And a scourge of the tongue which communicateth with all.
Right? And the scourge of the tongue that communicateth with all. Sisters going off on each other. Sisters backbiting and tailbearing and being gossipers, right? Right? Trying to get the tea, right? This is how we walked in the world. We shouldn't be walking like that no more. You should be showing kindness to your sister, getting into the works with each other, right? Building that bond. Come on, sis, let me teach you how to sew. Come on, sis, let me show you this new recipe. Let me show you how, you know how to cook? Let me show you how to cook. You know, That's how you come closer. That's how you show the people on the outside, that the people on the outside looking in, all the skeptics that look at this truth, right? And they say, dang, I want to be like that.
That's that real love right there, man.
Yeah.
We got to be examples. Let's
Exactly.
be examples.
Exactly. So that's what the scriptures say. If the sisters, be in obedience towards their husband and do what they're supposed to do with their children and with their sisters, right? And it says that the people outside, they're going to look, right? And you ain't giving no occasion to Satan. You ain't giving nobody no occasion to speak evil of this truth and speak evil of the world. I mean, of the word, right? So the world is going to see it, and they're going to say, dang, that's real love right there. We need to be over there with them. Look how they brothers act. Look how the sisters act. Look how the children act. They all in order. They're all moving on one accord, right? Let's get 1 Samuel. Let's get an example. Right? 1 Samuel chapter 18. And let's read verse 1. This is our forefather David, right? And David had a beloved friend, right? A lot of the Egyptologists, they like to mock and they like to scorn, say, oh, King David was a homosexual, right? This is why they say that. No love. But this is not what this was real love. A lot of people out in the world, they don't know what love is. But that's why we have this book, because the book shows us, right? The book shows us the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? A lot of times Israel likes to focus on the bad, right? Well, what about this? Or what about that? What about the bad that this person did? Oh, but look, let me show you something else. Yes, they did bad. Yes, they may have sinned towards the Most High God. But guess what? Let's go to this scripture over here. Guess what? They got it right. Right? They got it right. They got their act together. Right? So let's not just focus on the bad, but the good. What did Job say to his wife? He said, we can't just expect good from the Most High. It's all a balance. Right? The scriptures say, give me what's meet for me. Don't make me too rich that I may forget about you. Don't make me too poor that I may sin against you. But give me an even keel so that I may serve you. Right? And keep my mind diligently on you. Right? Read.
1 Samuel chapter 18 and verse 1. And it came to pass, when he had made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David.
You see? It says that the soul of Jonathan and David was knit together. This was my brother. Right. That was his brother, right? That's what the scripture is saying in Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54. We're not going to know that brotherly love, right? Which we don't know it right now. Right. We getting back to that. Those who are in the truth, right? Read.
And Jonathan loved him as his own soul.
He said Jonathan loved him as his own soul, right? What did Christ say? Better love have no one, right? Then a brother laid down his life for his friend. He said, David said, this is my friend, right? Read.
Verse 2, and Saul took him that day and would let him go no more home to his father's house.
Right? So they love David. Of course, Saul's heart became evil towards David because the Most High was pushing Saul out the way and making and exalting David to become king, right? Read.
Then Jonathan and David made a covenant.
Jonathan and David, they made a covenant together. Read.
Because he loved him as his own soul.
And he loved him as his own soul, right? A lot of times, brother make covenants. Oh, I'm going to go twang with you, Ak. I'm going to be there, Ak. We're going to build, Ak. Right. And they end up leaving and they end up ghosting. Oh, I love this truth. I'm going to die for this truth. I love you, bro. I ain't never leaving. Be careful. Watch out for those brothers. I ain't never leaving the truth. I'm going to always be here 10 toes down. And they back out in the world, messing with hoes, getting tattoos, right? Going back to their old filthiness, right? I thought you was going twain with me, I thought we was building together. What happened? Right? Read.
And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was upon him.
Right? It says Jonathan took his robe off. Right. He took off his coat.
Right.
And what did he do?
And gave it to David.
He gave it to David. Right? What was that? Verse 4?
Yeah.
Okay, finish.
And his garments, even to his sword.
Right.
And his bow, and to his girdle.
Right. So he gave David, he was like, here, this is yours. You my brother. Straight up. That's brotherly love. In the world, I had brothers that I was close to, right? Oh, bro, let me, hey, them some fly kicks. Let me wear those for the night. For sure, bro. You wear those?
I was witness to it.
Yep.
Jay took off the shirt that was on his back and gave it to a brother, man.
Absolutely.
Nice, too. Brand new. Nice coat. It's a coat. Nice coat, man.
All praises. Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be. You know? I said it in our, this past Saturday. It's a lot of stuff that we got in our closet and it's just sitting there. And you wouldn't even dare give it to your brother. Like, come on now. But Jonathan said, here, we about to make a covenant, right?
Gave him a sword.
Right?
You like this sword? Bam.
There you go. Here you go.
Love, man.
That was real love, right? But who was in the midst of that? Right? Who was in the midst of that? That spirit, right?
That point.
Let's get Matthew chapter 25. Matthew chapter 25, and let's read verse 35. Let's see who was in the midst of that. What spirit was in the midst of that? Wisdom, right? Read.
25 and 5, you said?
25 and 35.
Okay, my bad.
Matthew 25 and verse 35.
Matthew 25 and 35. For I was an hungered, and you gave me meat.
Christ said, I was hungry, and you gave me meat. Right? Read.
I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink.
He said, I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. Read.
I was a stranger, and ye took me in.
Right? Taking your brother in. Right? Read.
Naked, and ye clothed me.
Naked, and you clothed me. Jonathan taking his coat right off his back and giving it to David. Right? Wisdom. Christ was all in that. Read.
I was sick, and ye visited me.
I was sick, and you visited me. Read.
I was in prison, and ye came unto me.
Right? Israel, True Nation, we got a prison ministry. Shout out to them brothers, right? Jake's who's sending them letters out, giving brothers in prison hope. Your work is not in vain. That's real love. For you to labor and write those letters and send it off to them and just keeping them updated on what's going on, that's real love. Right? Read.
Then shall the righteous answer him, saying,
the righteous is going to answer and say, what?
Lord, when saw we thee and hungered and fed thee?
He said, the righteous is going to say, when did we see you and we gave you food? They like, we don't know. Read.
Or thirsty and gave thee drink.
Right? Read.
When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in? Or naked and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick and in prison and came unto thee?
Right? So they saying, look, when did we do these things for you? Yahweh Shai, read.
And the King of Kings shall answer and say
and
unto
the King shall answer and say what?
Verily I say unto you.
Verily I say unto you, read.
Insomuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren.
He said, if you did it to one of the least of your brethren, right? Not the niggas who not keeping the commandments,
Right. Right.
right? One of the least of your brethren. One of the people who we would consider least,
Right.
right?
Right. Just
Because you did it to them. Go ahead.
no. I'm saying the least. Like brothers, they may just came into this walk.
Come
Just
on.
probably found out about the Sabbath day. That's probably one of the only commandments they keep. You know what I'm saying? Or just putting on fringes.
Come.
Just the least.
Come.
I mean, hey man, we all in this together.
Come.
But when you show that love, no matter what, you didn't. We're gonna read it.
Right, go ahead.
Christ said, "Ye have done it unto me."
He said, you have done it unto me. So if you did it to your brethren, you did it to me. That's real love, right?
Right.
Read.
Then shall ye say also, then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels.
Right. So those who like, man, they seen their brother hungry. They seen their brother thirsty. They seen their brother sick. They seen their brother in prison, right? For unrighteous reasons. And they ignored it.
Yep.
Right?
Or they're a hate group. Get them niggas.
Exactly.
F
them Israelites.
And all we know how to do is love.
God. Right.
They not knowing though.
Read.
For I was an hungered, and ye gave me no meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me not in. Naked, and ye clothed me not. Sick and in prison, and ye visited me not. Then shall they also answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee in hunger, or athirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee?
Right? So Christ is crossing his T's and dotting his I's. Right? Read.
Then shall he answer them, saying, Verily I say unto you, insomuch as ye did it not to one of the least of these, ye did it not to me.
Right. So if you didn't do it to them, you didn't do it to me. These are my people. These are my people keeping the commandments. These are my people trying to find a way. Even people trying to find the truth, trying to get into the truth, and you just shunning them away. Your foul spirit turning them away.
Don't listen to them.
Right? Your wickedness turning them away. Your pride turning them away. Your temper turning them away. Right? Right?
Wow.
Sisters, your foul mouth turning them away. Your unsubmissive nature turning them away.
That's right.
Right? Read.
Verse 46, and these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal.
Right? So Christ gave you on both spectrums, like, look, the righteous is going to be in everlasting life, and you're going to be in the lake of fire. Because you're just disgusting. You're nasty. You don't have real love in you. You don't have no type of faith in you. Because if you have faith in you, your works will show. And it shows that you don't have no works. And you don't have no faith. Right? Let's get Sirach, chapter 27. We got to do better, Israel. If you realize the Most High is dealing with people that was in the truth, who knew these scriptures back and forth, right? But obviously they wasn't teaching the people right. Let's read verse 17. Sirach 27 and 17.
The book Sirach 27 and 17. Love thy friend.
Love your friend, right?
And be faithful unto him.
And be faithful unto him. Nobody likes an unfaithful friend. Be honest with your friend, right? Read.
But if thou bewarest his secret,
But if you beware somebody's secret, you go around tale-bearing, he gave you something precious for you to keep to yourself, and you just throwing it all away to the world, right? What'd happen?
but if he bewares his secret, follow no more after him.
Don't even go chasing after him. Don't go follow after him. Why?
For as a man hath destroyed his enemy, so hast thou lost the love of thy neighbor.
So as a man,
Destroy.
for as a man have destroyed his enemy, so hast thou lost the love of thy friend. He dead and gone. You're dead and gone to him. You lost his love. Right? Read.
Verse 19, as one that letteth a bird go out of his hand, so hast thou let thy neighbor go.
Right?
And,
so you as you let the bird out of your hand, just like when at a funeral, when they got the dove in their hand and they let the dove go, right? Your friendship is gone from that person. Now you got people who have birds and they train birds to come back. Them birds are their friends. They keeping them birds, that's your friend. You keeping them close to you. They go out, fly, do flips, come back for sure. Why? Because they treat them birds good. Feed them, take them out the cage, have them, give them some practice, let them out, right? Read.
So as one that letteth a bird go out of his hand.
One that let a bird go out of his hand, read.
So hast thou let thy neighbor go.
You let your neighbor go. Read.
And shall not get him again.
You ain't going to get him back. Once that bird is gone, it's gone. And that's all because of your doings, because you don't know how to be a faithful friend and show real love. Right? Read.
Verse 20. Follow after him no more.
Don't follow him no more. Right? Read.
For he is too far off.
Your friend is too far off. You done pushed him too far away. Burning bridges. Right? Read.
He is as a roe escaped out of the snare.
He is a roe escaped out of a snare. Once that rabbit is gone, it's gone. I'm out. I'm out this trap. I'm gone. Your friend is gone as well. A lot of us don't know how to be friends in this truth. Right? Let's get Sirach chapter 9. See if I want that. Sirach chapter 9. Hold on one second. No, I don't think I want that one. Give me, hold on one second. Give me Proverbs chapter 18, and let's read verse 24.
Proverbs 18 and verse 24. A man that have friends must show himself friendly.
A man that have friends must show himself friendly. You can't be friendly to everybody, but those who you know, I mean your friends, you be friendly towards them, right? Read.
And there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother.
There is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. There is a sister that stick closer than a sister. Why? You have sisters in the world. Sisters have real sisters, biological sisters in the world, right? But who's your real sister? Those who follow Christ as you do, right? And there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. There's people in this truth that's going to stick by your side more than your family will. Your family at the end of the time, if they're not in this truth, they're going to sell you out. Right? So as truthers, we got to be better. We got to do better. right? We got to show one another what is it like to be loved, right? The same love that Christ showed us, right? Let's get Romans chapter 12 and verse 10. Romans 12 and verse 10.
The book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 10. Be kindly affection one towards another with brotherly love.
You see? Be kindly affectionate towards one another with brotherly love. Read.
In honor, preferring one another. Not slothful in business, fervent in the spirit, serving the Lord.
Right? So we should be doing this work together. When we're doing this work together, that brings us closer to each other, like I said. It's going to make us knit close, tighter to each other. Right?
Yeah, another thing that makes us knit is do your proper research. Do your homework on each other, man. You know, a lot of brothers and sisters, they wait like 3-6 months and they get married. It's like,
Absolutely.
nah, man, like back in the day, we had to wait 3 years before we married, you know. And, I mean, if you ask me, I would say a year at the least, you know, so you can do your proper proving. Let's get that scripture in Sirach 6 and 7. 6 and 7, right?
Come. Sirach chapter 6, excuse me, and verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
Yeah, prove him first. You got to prove him, man. I mean, I'm talking about through prove her, prove him. And it takes time. It takes time. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just go over a quick list, but then you want to really make sure are they following it, or are they just saying that because, you know, they want you. You know, it takes time because, you know, and that's how you last. You know, that's how you make sure you agree on what it is you proving them with, you know, so y'all can last. You know, because once, yeah.
And you're not only just proving them in the sense of y'all, oh, what's your favorite color?
Right.
Oh, no. Let's talk about your past. Let's get deep into your history. How was you in the world? You know, what you know, as a woman, what are your duties when it pertains to this truth and to this word? As a man, what are you supposed to do as a man? Right? You get into the deep stuff, right?
Yes.
What do you like? What do you hate? What ticks you off? Right? What provokes you? Right? What are your weak points? What are your strong points? Right? Go ahead. No, you can finish off. I'll read it for you.
Oh, yeah.
Verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him.
Yeah, don't be hasty to credit him. Because that's the thing, man. Like, we quick to just credit because, you know, we want them to feel good and stuff like that. But you're going to live with this person for the rest of your life, and you ain't going to get out. Ain't no getting out. So don't just get with a person because they look good. Give me Sirach 11 and 2. Because that's another thing brothers and sisters do. He looks so good, and he this and that, and, you know, but, man.
Sirach chapter 11 and verse 2. Commend not a man for his beauty.
Yeah, so you don't want to just take somebody because they look good. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's man or woman, you don't want to do that. Because that'll get you in all kind of trouble. Like, you don't want that.
Girl, he fine.
It only lasts for a little while.
Yep.
Once you find out what that man or that woman got and how they feel and everything like that, and that goes away, and you didn't prove them right, y'all fighting and fussing and arguing, and it's sad because y'all in the truth, and y'all making it look bad for everybody out there, man. You know, we're supposed to be an example to all those people, all of them out there in the world that don't know how to love right. Go ahead.
Neither abhor a man for his outward appearance.
Yeah, so then you don't, and likewise, you don't want to just hate somebody because they don't look, you know, all up to your standards. That might be the perfect person for you. And that person, that man or woman, can change whatever desire for you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing but going to the gym or just having a right diet. You know, like the brother said, go to the sisters' houses and learn how to cook. You know what I'm saying? Come together. Learn how to love and you know, yeah. So that's it.
Con. Absolutely. Great point. All right. You know, sisters and brothers looking out on the outside appearance. But once you get married and you're like, dang, I don't like this about this person. You know, a lot of people doing the truth. They get with people and they want to put them away. Damn, I didn't know that about this person.
Secretly.
How I'm gonna get my way, how I'm gonna wiggle my way out of this one. Right? That's why the scriptures say what they say. Prove a friend. Go back to Sirach. Sirach chapter 6. Yeah, we read Romans. Verse 8.
All right, the book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 8. For some man is a friend for his own occasion.
You see? You got some people who show fake love, fake friends, right? And they only your friend because of what you got. Only there to get what you got.
That's real talk.
Right? They don't really love you. They're not really your friend. They're only your friend because they because of their own occasion. They want something from you. Right? Read.
And he will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
Because when you in trouble, you didn't help them all your life, the years of your life. You ran for them. Hey, I need help. Can you come over here and help me? Da-da-da-da-da. All right, for sure. I got you. Don't worry about it. Boom. But when you in trouble, when it's your time for help, you call them. Damn, I ain't answering this phone. Dang, that sister ain't answering her phone. You don't hear from them. Right? Because they was only your friend to get whatever they needed from, out of you. Right? Read.
Verse 9. And there is a friend who being turned to enmity and strife will discover thy reproach.
Read verse 10.
Again, some friend is a companion at the table.
Some friend is a companion at the table. Read.
And will not continue in the day of thy affliction.
Right? They only come to eat. They only come to your table to eat. They know they're around you because they know you got. Right? They come when the table is full. Right? But when afflictions start hitting you, they're ready to bounce out and leave. They're ready to go.
That's the truth.
They're like, oh, well, nigga, you trust in God, curse God and die. And they out. Deuces, I got what I needed. Got what I needed out of them. Mm-hmm. Right?
It's sad, man, because, like the brother's saying, and that happens so many times. It's like, when are we going to break that cycle, break the curse? We got it. We got the codes. We got the instructions. Like he said in, 13 and 4, it says, if thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. I mean, that's what the brother just read. We just read. Like, man, you don't want to get with somebody that's going to forsake you later on down the line after you didn't laid your whole life down. Now you don't know where to go, what to do, if you want to live, you don't want to live no more. A lot of people, they kill themselves. That's how you get suicides and stuff.
Yep. And we talking about people in the truth.
Man, that's just sad thing.
We talking about people in the truth. I've helped brothers, I had brothers live with me and everything. Did me wrong, did stuff in my house, still haven't even got an apology, right? Fake friends. That's not real love. But people are only there to use you. That's not the spirit of Christ, right? It happens all the time. Same old song with the children of Israel, doing each other wrong. And don't even have the decency to apologize and reconcile and mend that relationship. And be humble and apologize.
I see that. I mean, I didn't heard that happen so many times. Like I know
It happens
you went
all the
through
time.
it.
Come on.
I know a sister that it happened to. I know a brother that it happened to. They like.
Yep.
They, I mean, they take the person in completely. You know what I'm saying? And all kinds of just they'll go out and then try to shame you when you.
Yep.
It's like you could be shaming them. You got the reason to do it, but then they shaming you.
Absolutely.
You down.
Good point.
You know?
You have all the reason. You have all the reason, but that's how you know you didn't do it. You didn't do it just to show people that you did it. You did it out the kindness of your heart, right? Because you could have just threw it out there, put the names out and everything else, and da 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 da. But then the ones who did you wrong be the first ones out there talking, be the first ones out there to prove their point. Be the first one to call and tell you wrong. Right. Be the first one to dirty mac you. Right?
You get that Psalms 41 and 9. It's a scripture on this. This is exactly what we're saying right now.
You said Psalms?
41 and verse 9.
Psalms chapter 41 and verse 9. Yea, my own familiar friend.
Familiar friend. So this person know you. They probably got pictures, you know what I'm saying, about you and everything. You put them out there.
Absolutely. I'm cropping Jake's out. They ain't even in my circle no more. Man. I know what I was a good friend, right? But drag. I know, and brothers in here too. Drag your name through the mud. He's a no good nigga. Don't talk to him. Delete him. Block him. Right? 41 and 9. Yea, my own familiar friend, in whom I trusted, which did eat my bread, have lifted up his heel against me.
And that's the thing too. I didn't heard how, brothers and sisters, they can get so friendly and so cool and get to that point where they courting and start, like I was saying, showing certain pictures of themselves, and you gotta be careful of that because now, they hate you and now they put it on Facebook. Now you might as well be, a hoe or something.
Yep.
So you showing now everybody see your nakedness.
Yep.
So you better make sure y'all approve y'all friends, y'all so-called friends or whatever first, because they might not be a friend. This might be a friend just at the table. You don't want that.
Read verse 10 and 11 for me.
Okay. Verse 10. But thou, O Lord, be merciful unto me.
David said, be merciful unto me. Read.
And raise me up. That I may requite them.
Right? So, let them do what they do. That's cool. But guess what? The Most High gonna have you level up. Right? You level up right in their face. Right? Because while they still down here, you're elevating. You're still going up. Because everything you did was out the kindness of your heart. Right? Read.
Verse 11. But this I know, that thou favorest me, because mine enemy doth not triumph over me.
Right? So they don't even win at the end.
That's right.
Right? They don't even win at the end. Just trust in the Most High.
He'll deliver you.
Con. Let's finish it off. Read verse 12 and 13. In Psalms, yeah.
Verse 12. And as for me, thou upholdest me in mine integrity.
Right? And it's true, we should hold our integrity. Whatever you do, you should do it out the kindness of your heart. Right. And real love. And hold your integrity towards the Most High God. Read.
And settest me before thy face forever.
Read.
Blessed be the Lord Yahweh of Israel.
Blessed be the Most High of Israel.
For everlasting.
From everlasting, read.
and to everlasting.
Read.
Amen.
Amen. Let's read, let's go back to Sirach. And if you don't got nothing else, I'm going to finish off with this. Okay, read verse 10. 6 and 11.
Okay. The book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 11. But in thy prosperity he will be as thyself, and he will be bold over thy servants.
Read.
If thou be brought low, he will be against thee, and will not hide himself from thy face. Separate thyself from thine enemies, and take heed of thy friend.
Right. So separate from your enemies, right? And then you're gonna know who your friends are, right? Even those that you call friends, they turn into enemies, right? Because they didn't show real love, right? So brothers and sisters, we gotta make sure that we're using wisdom, right? And we're taking wisdom and we're applying it. And we're showing real love to our brothers, to our sisters, and to our spouse, right? So that we can get out of this captivity. Because as long as we're not showing love towards each other, and love is keeping the commandments. It's plain and simple, right? Love is not some googly feeling. Love is literally keeping these commandments. So, sisters, if your sister is telling you something right and you don't like it, you need to check your spirit. Brothers, if your brother is telling you something right, you need to check your spirit. That's real love, right? In a marriage, brothers, you going off, and the Jake come and correct you and say, nah, you ain't dealing right, you need to get it together. You need to check your spirit. Wives, if you're going off, and you're giving your husband a headache, and you're not doing all the things that you said you would do in this marriage, check your spirit. The Most High is going to destroy us if we're not dealing with each other in real love, right? In correction, in rebuke, right? And wielding each other back in.
That's right.
Right? To stay on the straight and narrow. Remember, times is of the essence. The war is going on right now, right? It's only a matter of time before bombs hit this place, right? So we can't sleep, we can't slumber. You got something?
No, that's it. Just man, let's just wake up, man, so we can get this kingdom. We in the last quarter, Israel. This is the last quarter, like you said, brothers. Brothers, they out there dropping bombs. You know what I'm saying? They already coming against us in any kind of way. You know, we in the last quarter. You know how it is when you playing whatever football, baseball, whatever game you playing. You go hard, the hardest you can to get that win. We got to get this win. You don't want to end up you don't want to end up somewhere where you don't want to be being tortured for the rest of your life. You want to be blessed for the rest of your life. So. You know, let's do right. Let's get this kingdom, Israel.
Time is really is getting bad out there, and you know, when there's all type of chaos in the street, we gonna need each other. You know, so stay strong in the spirit. Make sure that y'all, if you and remember, we approaching Passover. So if you got odds against your brother, you need to go make that right. Go fix it.
That's so right.
Go fix it. That's real love. You need to go fix it. If you got a with your sister or your husband, your wife, whoever, you need to go fix it. You can't go into Passover with that leaven inside of you.
Even if
right?
Even if you think you know it may not be fixed, at least try to fix it again.
Try. You did your part.
Yeah.
You did your part. You try to fix it. You do everything you can to fix it. Right? And if the other person don't want to repent, if they don't want to, come into agreement, and, you did your part. May the Most High have mercy on you and that person.
That's real talk.
Right? So we're going to end it there. I hope you guys were edified. Um, you can check our Bible Basics class every Tuesday. This is for Israel coming to the truth. And even Israel who's been in the truth, and you still dealing on the basic level. The basics is always the foundation, So make sure that y'all like, y'all share. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube and to our Facebook, make sure you subscribe. And, True Nation is a vessel, and we're here to teach the people. And as long as the Most High keep the spirit inside of this congregation to keep teaching the people and waking up the children of Israel, we're going to do so. We're humble. We're not nothing. We're just servants of the Most High. And we're going to continue to walk in his ways as he give us the will to. And we're going to keep fighting for this kingdom. That's it.
With that,
With that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.